feel like a lot of the times in modern society, we see friends as an object, right? We see a friend as a person who emulates the same values as you, who agrees with you every single time we talk. But I think we need to think a moment. If a friend is like that, it's more like they're a clone of yourself. And I think the main thing of this video I want to talk about is how do you embrace something different, whereas you are a certain thing yourself and you find that your friend believes in some other idea, but you guys are still really close. You would still go to every single battle together, you would still stand up for each other, you would still support each other. But how do you make that work? For me, I realized that I was on like this really drastic self-improvement detox, right? Imagine like me literally not using social media, not using Snapchat, Instagram. I use limited amount of YouTube. I literally have ad blockers on YouTube and everything. And imagine how that changed my friendship. A lot of the times I feel like in the past I would be going on Snapchat to chat with like people who I'm not genuinely close to. I felt like I just told all my close friends that I'm going onto WhatsApp, and all of them like genuinely really respected me for my decision, and they were like, sure, I'm going to talk to you on WhatsApp. But they do not delete their social media, right? They're obviously like, they're not going to follow me in every single thing I do, which I completely respect. And I feel like a lot of the times what we are told is that they need to follow you, right? If they see you delete your social media, they should delete their social media as well. But I think that we neglect the fact that we are completely different entities, and we kind of need to respect each other in the way that they respected that I choose to not use Instagram, and how I respect that, sure, you can still, you know, be on social media and I wouldn't make fun of you for doing that. A lot of the things that I realized is that when you're on self-improvement, or you change your personality, or I don't know, you had some drastic like revelation, is that you neglect and forget about where you came from. And I felt like I've been doing that for the whole like year that I've been on self-improvement. I neglected the fact that for the previous 15 years, or more specifically for the past 3 years, I was a complete like gamer. I was stupid, I was like out of my mind, I was literally spending 6 hours in Discord every single day, I was spending 5 hours on video games. My quarantine was complete, like it was just gaming. But I neglected that. I felt like I've always been better than like people who game right now. I felt like I've always been better than, you know, people who use social media right now. But we gotta realize that we are literally on the same playing field. It's just that you realize more than the other person do. You maybe have better spatial awareness, you may have better vision. But the thing is, we are playing on the same field. You're not higher than anyone. There's no hierarchy in that sense, because it's not a competition to see like who can delete their social media more. Like, you know, obviously like in the world there is competition, but we are literally the same. If you neglect the fact that you came from such like a detrimental place and how it hurt your mental health, it's not going to help your growth. It's not going to help you embrace everything about you. You're not being authentic to yourself. And I think that's very important to realize. However, I do think that for your friends, obviously, they shouldn't be like stupid, right? They shouldn't be like, obviously, doing like crazy things such as like drugs, right? Obviously, that's not okay. But what I think a good friend should be in today's society, when you can't exactly find those people, or at least I already did find these people who are really close to me, who bonded with me, but you might be in a different scenario where you feel like, oh, I don't have someone who's really close to me, and I would like to have some friends that I can talk to and I can converse to. The best thing to realize is that I've assimilated like 3 core values that I think every single person should have as your friend. And I'm going to talk about them like vaguely, not vaguely, as in like in a bit more detail right now. So I think the first one, this is absolutely key, is authenticity. I see a person as literally like a sheet of paper, right? Imagine like a worksheet, and the teacher gives you a textbook to like copy the answers from the textbook to the worksheet. Then the textbook does not contain the answers. Literally, that's like an analogy of like an inauthentic person. They don't give you everything about them, right? Or at least they don't present the true self about them. They might be like fake, they might have like fake love, they might have like a fake group of like people around them, they might try to be someone they're not. I feel bad for them, but then again, as like a most basic level, you shouldn't be looking for those kind of inauthentic friends, because these are the friends who don't value you, and you need them to value you, you know? Because friends, like, you need to stand up for them, you need to support them, you need to go through every single battle with them. If they're not real with you, how can they support you? Number two, I think this is very, very important as well, is compassion. If your friend does not have compassion and empathy and respect for the things you get done, for example, your self-improvement, where you are right now, why you do social media detox, why you do monk mode, why you make YouTube videos, like these kind of things, if they're not fully like accepting and they don't try to like change you in like a sense where they're not trying to help you, they're trying to make you worse, right? I feel like a lot of the people just tell you to like give up on what you have, to tell you to give up on everything that you're doing, because they're afraid that you're going to get so much better that they're not going to be able to catch up in the future. But the thing is, you don't want those kind of friends. You want friends who can empower you. You want the friends who would be the fuel to your rocket ship in your later life, right? So obviously, you would want them to have a certain degree of compassion, and so then they could understand where you're coming from and be like, sure, I'm totally fine with you doing this, and I'll support you either way. And the last one, I think this is also a very, very important one. It's humility. I think at the end of the day, since self-improvement is such a lovely thing, we would obviously try to like influence us to a certain extent. Not to like, we're not showing compassion to our friends, but as in like prodding like to them like, hey brother, you know that you could try to do like social media detox sometimes, because I can see that you're not focusing on work, something like that, you know? It's just something like little prodding. You need your friends to have humility for that. A lot of the times we live in a society where everyone is so egocentric. They think that they know everything. Literally, Socrates said this line, I know that I know nothing. Imagine Socrates, one of the greatest philosophical thinkers of all time, saying that, I know that I know nothing. If Socrates said that, why shouldn't we? And I feel like if we can find a person that is humble, has humility, would be open eyes and ears to everything that you say, and you try to help them and you try to change them, they'll different have. If they emulate these three values, it doesn't matter whether they're on self-improvement right now, or they're gonna get to self-improvement later, or they might never go on self-improvement. These are valuable people. These are real people that could change your life and determine your path, because we need we need society. We are social animals. We work for society. That was a pretty deep talk. Alright, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Love you so much.